All right, let's dive into something really different today. We're going to explore a universe that's been meticulously crafted from the ground up. But here's the twist. It wasn't just built for a great story. It has a hidden practical purpose, and it's all built on a single, elegant principle that shapes everything from its physics to its politics. So let's get into it.
I mean, just think about that for a second. What if all the intricate lore, the deep character backstories, and the complex rules of a fictional world were actually just a framework? A really cool framework designed to help you wrap your head around some of the toughest subjects in our own world. That's the big idea behind the OX Continuum.
So, how do you even start building a universe like that? Well, in this case, it all begins with one foundational rule, a single law that acts as the blueprint for its physics, its metaphysics, and even its moral compass. And that principle is actually incredibly elegant. It's called the law of flow. It basically says that in this universe, the total sum of energy, information, and structure is always constant. You can think of it like a cosmic balancing act. If you build more structure somewhere, you have to pull from energy or information to pay for it. Every single action creates a perfectly balanced reaction across these three things. This law plays out through something called code and anti-code. So here's a simple way to think about it. Code is the act of creation, let's say building a house. Anti-code is everything else, the weathering, the need for repairs, and eventually recycling the materials. It's the universe's way of saying you can't just create something without a plan for its full life cycle. That correction, that balancing act, is a fundamental law of physics here. Okay, so you've got this physical law of balance. But how does that translate into a society? What kind of government do you build in a universe that's based on systems and flow? Will you build one that mirrors those exact same principles? The entire political system is built on this one powerful idea, the prime axiom. You can think of it as an ethical firewall against tyranny. The government, which is called the Agamemnon Concordat, is designed to manage large-scale systems, things like infrastructure, territories, and resources. But, and this is the key part, it is forbidden from managing the consciousness of individuals. The whole focus shifts. If you protect the system, you protect everyone in it, and you never have to control a single person's thoughts. And to make this work, the government itself is structured kind of like a living organism. You've got the longhouse, which acts like the brainstem for big picture global decisions. Then you have the columns, which are like specialized lobes of the brain, handling things like law and ethics. And it all scales down into territories and these small local communes. The whole thing is interconnected, designed to respond and flow, just like a nervous system. Okay, so we've got a universe with a core physical law and a really unique political system. But this is where things get really, really interesting and kind of meta. In the OX continuum, science isn't just something the characters study. It's literally woven into the fabric of the world's myths and legends. This whole concept is called mirroring. Every single real-world academic field, whether it's biology or calculus, gets a fictional counterpart inside the universe. It gets a cool new name, its own aesthetic, and a role to play in the story. And this right here is the key to unlocking the whole universe's true purpose. Which, of course, brings us to the big reveal. All of this incredible world building, from the law of flow all the way to the government, it isn't just there to tell a good story. It's actually an engine for something else entirely. Because this entire elaborate, fascinating reality, it was constructed to be a tool, a highly structured, powerful system designed to help you learn. And here it is, the DUA source system. The entire OX continuum is running on two tracks at the same time. On one side, you have the OX canon, the fiction, the story, and on the other, you have the study engine, which is real-world academics. So limbic alchemy isn't just a cool fantasy term. It's the in-universe name for organic chemistry. Flow calculus is, well, it's calculus. The lore becomes this amazing mnemonic device, like an aesthetic skin you can wrap around real, hard knowledge to make it stick. So the whole system is organized into three distinct layers. First, you've got the fictional canon layer. Then you have the academic study engine layer. And crucially, there's a third, private author layer. This is where your notes, your thoughts, and your life reside, and it is completely firewalled. The system is built so it can support your learning and creativity without ever touching or exposing your personal data. So what keeps a universe this complex and multi-layered from just flying apart? Well, this is where the lore gives us this beautiful metaphor for the system's own stability. There's a cosmic engine and a ghost in the machine who keeps the whole thing running. It's called the W engine, or Worldline engine. In the story, it's this metaphysical machine that acts like a cosmic circulatory system, regulating countless timelines to keep everything stable. But if you think about it, what is it really? It's the operating system that prevents your massive, universe-sized study guide from crashing. It keeps the whole thing coherent and usable. And the core philosophy of the W engine brings us full circle, right back to the beginning. Stagnation equals death, flow equals life. A system that stops evolving, a mind that stops learning, a government that stops correcting, they all start to decay. Flow is the key principle for survival and growth, both in the story and in the real world. So who runs this engine? It's not a god, not some creator being. The custodian is a character named Athamos. And what's so cool about him is that he's not a natural god-like being, what they call an ascendant. No, he was a mortal who, to keep from dying, literally fused himself with the engine. He didn't earn his power, he hacked it. He's not some grand ambassador of universal law. He's the ultimate sysadmin, just trying to keep the servers of reality from crashing. So when you put all these pieces together, you really see the OX continuum for what it is. It's not just a fantasy world. It's a blueprint for a new way of thinking about knowledge. It's a universe designed to be a tool, a system for structuring information, and a really powerful metaphor for how we can build our own systems of understanding. It's a world created not to escape reality, but to actually master it. And all of that leaves us with one final thought. This entire incredible system is an answer to a single question, and I'm going to turn it back to you. What would it look like if your own knowledge, your personal notes, your whole learning process became a universe that you could actually explore? What would you build?